Welcoming Kangana Ranaut to India today. Kangana, welcome. Congratulations on the many new roles. Indira Gandhi first. Let's talk about that. Emergency is coming up. Everyone's looking forward to it. You've put your finger right in the hottest pie. Indira Gandhi. Why?
See, Shiv, thank you for the introduction, first of all. And for me, as an actor, as a filmmaker, I need to do something worthwhile with my time. It is very time consuming to give a significant portion of your life to a film. You're a writer and you understand that from the writing to actually the first copy, it's easily 3 to 4 years of one person's life, and these are my best years. And I wanted to do something worthwhile, not just as an artist, but as an Indian, as a citizen of this country. And emergency is such a, I don't know if misinformed or, best kept secret, or I don't know how to describe it.
Is it worse than we think it is or better?
See, don't try to jump to a conclusion. Just don't try to sum it up in one word or two words or get the juice out just in a minute. No, it's a very big journey. And emergency, for the good or bad of it, my investment as an artist is into why and how it happened, and what were the consequences of it, and what were the repercussions of it, and how did it culminated eventually. That, as an artist, as a writer, as somebody who really invests in the interest of nation, I want people to take away that from the film rather than thinking ये लोग अच्छे थे या ये लोग गंदे थे. No, I think हम सभी अच्छे होते हैं और हम सभी गंदे होते हैं. It is just that what gets better of us when. So Mrs. Gandhi, for the good or bad of whatever, she is the most loved and most hated person as a leader.
Most polarizing figure.
Yes, Mrs. Gandhi, when you think about Mrs. Gandhi, maybe after emergency people will start to think of her differently. But right now when I say Mrs. Gandhi, what kind of a leader comes into your mind? Jo Abhinav Chandi Durga, Indira, Indira, Indira. These were the slogans, and apparently Atalji said this,
yes,
which later he disowned. But this was very popular. Indira is India, India is Indira.
Yeah.
But at the same time, वो भी आपको आर्काइवल में मिलेंगे जब वो बाहर निकलती थी और जूते चप्पल और लिटरली उनको नोच देने की कोशिश होती थी. ऐसा लगता था कि लोग अगर हाथ लग जाए तो शायद लिंच कर दे. तो इतना प्यार और इतना हेट एक ही पर्सन को, how can this country, and why was that, and how was that? It is also very exciting because it is not just Mrs. Gandhi, it is with almost every leader, if you see. They are loved, they're called avatar, and around us also you see.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the fickleness of this this public and leader relationship, and Mrs. Gandhi, quote unquote, she said in her biopic that this sort of fluctuating love, I can never trust the masses. It got to me, and I think her life is like is grand Shakespearean tragedy, and I love that.
And there are many Shakespearean layers we hear about your film, and it's very important to also note, Kangana, that this isn't a biopic. It's not a documentary. It's a it's a story that's based on a book. You've had writers bring out the cinematic aspects of this as well, but it's still a touchy topic with some very powerful people. Indira Gandhi is still considered Durga by a large section of this country. What was your biggest personal learning about Indira Gandhi, the individual? The reason I'm asking is because you've been on record to say that she was a product of nepotism as well, but she wanted to find her own space.
I don't know why people are so uncomfortable with truth, as if it doesn't stand there glaring at us evidently and just so obviously. I don't know why people pretend as if it doesn't. To me, Mrs. Gandhi is what she is, and we cannot compartmentalize people as good or bad, So I think if you look at from that perspective, yes, this film will open many, doors for you. But at the same time, for me, she was, I think if a very close comparison I'll have to draw with my film is maybe Oppenheimer. I think it's such a lovely, you can't really decide whether to root for him or whether not to, whether he's getting manipulated or he is manipulative. But aren't we, all of us are like that? I think life is not so limited. It demands you to be so much, and at times to be the person you don't want to be. You hate it to be. And that is why I call it Shakespearean tragedy. It is so much like Macbeth. You know, Macbeth was destined to be the king. You know, he was, you know, and when he becomes the king by killing the king, the dagger follows him, his conscience follows him.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Gandhi by Pupul Jekar, there is a very important line that she said when Jiddu Krishnamurti asked her to put an end to emergency. She says that, Jiddu, I feel like I'm riding a ferocious beast, but I get off now, it'll eat me up. So the whole depiction of her, you know, so I think the idea of emergency is that best of us can become a victim of hubris. Best of us can become a big victim of our own ego and the expectation of people. The politicians who play to the gallery, what happens to them? And having said that, this diverse and very fickle country, we need to introspect how and what we expect of our leaders. You know, sometimes so they are avatar, and then jute chappal ki, you know.
Correct.
So, so it will force a lot of people to introspect.